Hello friends, Mark Deutsch here, speaker, trainer, and best-selling author of Building the Ultimate Network, here today to give you a book report on a fantastic book that I cannot recommend to you highly enough called The Lean Startup by Ries. And also note, hot tip of the day, I checked it out from my local library before I decided to go ahead and purchase a copy, which I recommend you do as well. In fact, there's a link right below here to go ahead and buy a copy today. Go ahead and do it, I'll wait. Okay, now that you got that done, let me explain to you why this book is so darn important for you and your business, especially if you're an entrepreneur or entrepreneurial-minded person out in the marketplace. Simply put, the driving premise of this book, the big idea, is that there's got to be a new way to look at business planning and implementation of entrepreneurial ideas. Simply because a big issue that I have with business plans as they exist today is they rely almost entirely to be accurate on historical data. Well, if you're starting a brand new idea or an idea that doesn't have a lot of historical data, your projections into the future are pretty much worthless. And today's business planning relies almost entirely on having that baseline of something to compare against or some research to really present your marketplace. So here's how the Lean Startup comes into play. And what's also really neat about this book is it's become a movement over the past number of years. The book just came out this year, but the Lean Startup has been a movement out for a couple of years now to look at different ways to start businesses. So a couple of things to take into consideration. First of all, to treat your business and ideas in your business according to the scientific method. The way I learned the scientific method was an acronym called HEAR, H-E-A-R, which stands for hypothesis, experiment, analysis, and results. To look at your business in that way. Another premise of the book is to build something within your business called a minimum viable product, or MVP. Really get your product and get your idea out there and see if there's even a market for it. One of the challenges with asking customers or consumers what they want is that we don't know what we want. Until we see it, then we really like it. That was one of the foundations of how Apple built their business as well, was by creating things they knew people would love. But take your product idea, put it out in the marketplace, and then build, measure, and learn. Create that feedback loop where you build a piece of your product, you measure how it's working out, and then you change or you learn from that and change your product accordingly. The next area in the book is to look at meaningful metrics. The current metrics we have out there, Eric argues and I agree, are inaccurate or wrong because they're vanity metrics as opposed to actionable metrics. The old metrics of just saying customer growth, for example, or hits on a website are pretty much meaningless because they're not actionable. We cannot tie them to a direct issue or a hypothesis and create an experiment that can recreate the results that we got. So those are wrong, non-actionable metrics to take a look at. And from those metrics, you make a decision to pivot in your business or persevere. To very simply take your business in a different direction or pivot, or continue down your current course to persevere, but do so by implementing a scientific method around your business. So that's the net of the book. Fantastic book. I highly recommend you take a look at it. I read at least a couple of business books a week, and this is by far one of the best that I've ever read. Go out and get it today. Mark Deutsch here, signing off. Speaker, trainer, best-selling author, Building the Ultimate Network, and I'll see you next time.